I'm going to let Kathy Kuhn talk about how her mentor helped create. They're going to perform for us a piece, this original piece written by her. It's called Mentors. She's going to be accompanied by Dave and also by Ken, who are all three of our band teachers and choir teacher now. So we are very proud to introduce, and I'll let her tell you the story. So come on up and welcome.
Wow, this is a really neat opportunity for Dave and Ken and myself, and we're very honored to be given the opportunity to share our talents with you all, and for me to be able to share this composition with you guys. I would not be here without the influence of several people that I consider my mentors, and after I'd been teaching for a while, I started realizing this, and I wanted very much to write something for them that would really communicate the depth of my feelings and my gratitude to them for being there for me. One of the people who really inspired me was my piano teacher. I started taking with Mary Pat Lansing in the 7th grade, and I was already a really good piano player by the time I got to her. But she was the one who taught me how to go beyond the black and white of the notes on the page and to really feel the music. Every piece of music has a soul, and it has a feeling to it, and she taught me how to really tap into that and take my playing and my performing to an entirely new level that I hadn't been at before. My other two mentors, I met at Eastern Arizona College in Thatcher when I started my the collegiate part of my education. Dr. David Lunt was the director of choirs there at EA, and I played for him on the piano, and then Dr. Tom Sullivan worked with the band program at EAC, and all three of these people have been with me and helped me with my teaching career, and the reason I am here and the reason I'm able to do what I do is because they always were encouraging me and pushing me and helping me to be and do my best. So it was my privilege 2 years ago to go to Safford and share this piece with them. I surprised Dr. Tom at one of his band concerts. Me and two of my friends that lived down there in the Safford area, we were able to perform this piece for him. And for all of my mentors, it was a really neat moment to be able to give back. And I'm sure that if you asked Ken or David, they would be able to tell you about the people that inspired them and the people that helped them. As I'm sure all of you have people that you are thinking of right now that helped you to be and do all that you can be and do. And that's what this piece is about, is giving back to the people that gave me so much. So, again, we are so thankful for this opportunity, and we hope you enjoy it. Mentors.
Wasn't that unbelievable? Thank you. I don't know about you, but when I first heard that, and it happened again today, there's a difference when you play notes and then when your heart goes into it, because the way I measure that is the chill that goes through my spine, and I definitely had a chill today, so it was pretty awesome. Thanks to you again. I'm going to share just a really quick story about a mentor, then we're going to look at a video that will demonstrate kind of what it all compiles and puts together. Each one of us had a mentor somewhere, or mentors along the way. Someone who kind of pushed us, knew us really well, and could help us move to the next level if we chose to go there. Well, I had one such mentor early on who had kind of followed me for a period of time, and I looked up to that individual because all the characteristics and qualities that they possessed. I wanted to imitate some of those. One day he said, you know, because I've been having a hard time, really difficult, ups and downs, a lot of pressure, and he said, can you give me one day? And I said, one day. So we scheduled a day out. I had to go a little ways, and I said, okay, I'll give you a day. He said, come over to my house. So I came over, had no idea what was going to go on, and so I show up that day, and he's got one of those round tables, he's got 2 chairs, he's got a pitcher of iced tea in the middle, and he said, have a seat. I said, great. What do you want to talk about? He said, I don't want to talk. He pulls out a deck of cards and he starts shuffling the deck of cards. I want to play poker. And I said, poker? And he said, yes. I said, okay, whatever. So we started playing, and 1 hour passed, and I'm waiting. Okay, you have enough fun yet? Can we stop? 2 hours it went. We got to lunchtime. I'm getting hungry. So what do you order when you do that? Pizza. So pizza was delivered. We ate, and he wanted to keep playing. And we'd go back and forth. But there was a period of time in the afternoon, and it was getting late in the afternoon. We'd been going almost 8 hours. I was exhausted. I wanted to go home. It's not what I thought. I was having a good time, but that kind of wore off. But I had a big pile of chips going at that point in time. And he's watching me all this time, and he finally looks at me. We have a hand, and he looks at me, and he says, why do you keep only putting in a few of your chips? I said, because I'm trying to hedge my bets to make sure that I have more chips than you have, and so it's a matter of what my hand is, the percent of winning, all that kind of stuff, right? And he said, oh. And he said, you know, I've been watching you all day, and you do that constantly. And he said, there may be the root, or maybe kind of what's going on. And I said, what do you mean? He said, I don't know what your hand is right now, but I have a really strong suspicion it's a lot better than the one that I have. And you know what? I thought he was reading my mind or had a mirror behind me, could see my cards. I had a full house. That's 3 of a kind and 2 of a kind, full house. And he says, why don't you push all the chips in? I said, well, if I lose everything. He says, that's the point. He said, so you have choices in life. You know, you can continue to hedge your bets and only give a little of yourself so you can show tomorrow, or you can take the complete risk and give yourself completely, totally. And he says, once you do that, your life will never be the same. And you know what? He's absolutely right. And when you hear extraordinary learning for all, it's all chips in. It's not part, it's everything. Everything we have. And it will make a difference in the lives that we touch and lead and one another. So with that, I want to introduce you to a person who's done that. His name is Stone. He's from Uganda. Stone's path was a soccer player, very good. Was moved up the ranks and was a professional. Well, revenge in Uganda can be pretty deadly, and they took him out in one game behind the knee, ended his whole career. But see, that wasn't what his life was really about. It was about the community in which he served, and you'll see that. And you'll see how he turned that around, and circumstances changes in our lives all the time. But it's what we do with it, and do we push all the chips in? So with that, let's take a look at Stone from Uganda. Well, that was Stone. And if you got nothing out of it, it's what he's doing to mentor the community that he's in. His path got changed dramatically. The bottom line is most mentors, and he understands it, is what he's passing on to the community is love. And a lot of times that's what we're looking for mentors. Someone who believes in you and cares about you deeply. We're going to take a second here because all of you have a mentor. And whoever's right next to you, shoulder partner, and then we're going to switch. I want you to just share. If you want to share who your mentor was, that's fine. And what I really want you to share, and the key to all this, is what gifts did they give you? Or how did they encourage you? What acts did they do? So, right next, you don't have to stand up and do anything. Take a second and just share that one idea of mentoring that you received. Okay, if the other person hasn't had a chance to share, let them share. This side's talking a lot. I don't hear a lot of talking over here. Okay, if you want to go ahead and close your conversation. It is very obvious that some people in this audience are sitting next to their mentor. And I will tell you how I knew that. I can see it right there. They're hugging each other, which is awesome. So thank you for being mentors. You know, I mentioned 212. Last year we did Who's Packing Your Parachute. Again, it's all around the same concept, right? We each need mentors, but we also need to be mentors to others. And we do that, as Stone mentioned, and it's so true. It's never what we say. It is what we do. It is our action. And I don't know if you picked it up, but he said that all starts with the thoughts that we have in our head. And that's really the creation of extraordinary or the creation of good. It starts in your mind. You got to make a decision if you want that or not. The last part of the story, what I was telling you about when we were playing the cards, one of the last words to me, because he knew I was tired, and it just stuck with me. He said, you know what? It's good to be exhausted, because then you know you have lived. It's good to be exhausted, because you know you have lived. In other words, you put it all in. You're going to be tired, and doesn't it feel great? Because our tendency is not to do that. Our tendency is to be safe, secure, only exert so much energy, but you're cheating yourself if you do that, and that's what I learned. It's good to be exhausted because you will know you lived. With that, we're going to look at one last video to end it, and we have people in the audience who are in this video, because part of the mentoringship is really creating a family, and we call that the Madison family. Those that have been here for a while understand and appreciate the rich culture and history here. And it is a family atmosphere because of you. So with that, we want to close with, and we're going to do one little thing right afterwards, but let's do We Are Madison. For those who were in the video, and they are amongst us, will you please stand so we can recognize the great work that you did. John's up there. All right, Mr. Bibbert, up. There you go, Paula. Awesome. Thank you very much. We are indeed Madison. And with that, could I have all the new teachers who are joining our family stand up for us? Or new staff members? Give them a round of applause. Welcome to the family. Thank you. Okay. We're going to do one last little bit because we haven't really had an opportunity. You've been sitting for a little while, and we are in an arena. An arena is meant to get loud and to stand. So what we're going to do, we've kind of done, yeah, you got it, Amy. We're going to kind of do that, you know. Right. But we are Madison, and so we're going to do it over here. We are Madison, and we're going to come over here. And you know what? Since you guys didn't get as many of those prizes, you ought to be 10 times louder because I wouldn't be real happy right now, all right? So you can be really loud and outdo them, all right? So let's stand. Let's kind of get it out. I know we've been sitting for a while. Stretch so you can fill up your lungs a little. It's all good. All right, on the count of 3, you want to inhale. We're going to say, We Are Madison. 1, 2, 3. We are Madison! Oh, my! All right, you guys turn. Way to go. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. We are Madison! Ah, they sounded louder to me. It's not because I walked over there either. All right, now we're going to go back and forth just a couple times, all right? See, so I'll let them, no, you guys can go first. And then we'll go this side. All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. We are Madison! We are Madison! We are Madison! We are Madison! Wow! Good! All right. That's good. All right, we'll do it one more time, but on the 3rd time you're going to see this, and that means we all do it together because we all are connected. All right, let's start here. 1, 2, 3. We are Madison! 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 Louder! All right, we got to do it one more time. We can't leave with that. We're going to do it together on the count of 3, 2 times. So when I go up, that's time 1. When I go up the second time, you want to do it the second time. Really fill up the lungs. Stretch up high, fill them in, breathe deep. We're inside. We're not smelling the pollution outside. Ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. We are Madison! We are Madison! Awesome. Thank you. Have a wonderful school year. Thanks for being here and a safe ride back.